19 minutes gone, 2-point lead. And he turned it over. Joel McDonald again takes the mark.
Well, Adelaide again, you just cannot bomb that ball when you've got extra numbers down. They've just got to think their way through it a little bit more under pressure.
They certainly look the fresher team, don't they, though? They're running a lot harder.
Ricky Pettard's on.
Your boy will be on the back of this.
Little high, but it was okay. Done.
Now he's got back off the mark.
He's got the wide one.
That's better.
Oh, the sun again for Maloney.
Sun's everywhere.
Walker gets back. Gives it up to Vince. Adelaide live again. Burton, little flick back. Jones is just off the bench. He's the fresh man. Handball's over the top. Frawley. Oh, he took him on, poor pleasure. Gave it to Dunn. Shrugs the tackle of Rutten. Wobbles it off the side of the boot.
Did really well.
Drops the mark. Spins into trouble. Out of trouble. Gives to Bale. Sends it to the pocket. It's wide. It's out on the full.
With the amount of entries this quarter, for not a lot of result. We just see Brent Maloney losing the ball, the sun in his eyes there.
Do you know that we've played...
Matty Bate as well.
In this quarter, we've played 20 minutes, and the result's been 2 points to 1.
McKay bounces down the wing. This might be Adelaide's last chance. Throws it up. Riley flies. Can't mark. Joel McDonald too good. Grimes been unbeatable. Bartram sends it wide. Garland bounced unkindly. Taken out by Burton.
It's not as if they hadn't had enough opportunities. Adelaide have had 13 inside 50s. Melbourne 9.
And you can just see Kurt Tipper there. He's had his left ankle re-strapped. They're desperate for him to get back out there. He's just trying to warm up at the moment.
Little flick on. Davey, he kept it in. Dangerously but well. Bartram, Bennell. Takes on Marriage. You'd expect him to win that battle. No one to kick to. Green, some poise. McDonald, he can win it. He goes to McDonald. Can he take the mark? Can he kick the goal? Captain's goal. They've been addicted to tragedy. They may have turned the corner.
Well, that is amazing effort there. Beautifully called, Dwayne. The skipper, he pushed hard from the midfield. You get sense that Melbourne were continually getting that extra guy forward, and they just had to think their way through it and took the old heads. You see a beautiful handball here on better hands than Brad Green.
What about the kick?
The kick was absolutely perfect. Did not break stride, James McDonald. That is a magnificent kick. Take a brave effort from Adelaide now.
Minutes gone on the scoreboard. Melbourne by 8. It's their biggest lead of the game. Handy time to have it. Marich and J-Mark go at it. Cook. Seconds run down. Jones. Maloney. Wobbles it inside 50. Green. He can finish it. He can finish it. A behind.
Yeah, they have to be very smart here, Melbourne. They're very alert because they don't want them to be able to break out of their zone. They've struggled all day when they've had a point kick in. They just can't relax now and allow an easy out.
Well, Melbourne will just put an extra behind the ball. Grimes has been absolutely super this last quarter. J-Mar.
Edward sends it long.
Good stuff.
He called J-Mar back, Grimes.
He did.
He's got it. More seconds tick. Bennell.
J-Mar and Marriage have been terrific for their teams.
Green. They know it, Melbourne. It's theirs to lose. Big fist Marriage.
This is the reason they're in the position they are, Melbourne. Because of their work rate, because of their tackle count, because of their defensive pressure, and because of their run and carry. And they deserve it to be in this position. One goal in the first half. Irresistible footy to watch at the minute.
McKenzie. Every second that passes is a win for Melbourne. They bulldog their way to full forward. 1:53 left.
Well, the tackle count, 72-42. As we see a lot of the Melbourne supporters, they desperately need a win. They've been very loyal, Melbourne. You can see them coming out the other side, though, the Dees. All the youngsters today have been outstanding.
With a tap.
Jones gets the kick away. Melbourne will win.
Absolutely brilliant play again at the stoppage. I've talked about it all afternoon. He's only had one kick mark, Jamar, but his work at bounce downs, at throw-ins, at the centre bounce, and he set the standard at the start of the game. Just have a look at this ruck work. It's as good as you could get to the running player who, I'm not sure what happened with the structures of Adelaide, but they broke down, and that's a critical time to break down as well.
Nathan Jones there hitting the sealer, but Mark Jamar, he started the game. You see Dean Bailey, he'd be relieved. Mark Jamar started the game with a magnificent, aggressive ruck tap, and we saw it there at that stoppage with Marriage. He's been super. Jamar hits out to advantage. He's come of age. He improved the last 9 or 8 games last year, Mark Jamar, and it looks like he's walking through the door to be a very, very good ruckman in AFL football now.
36-15 is the clearance count in favour of Melbourne. That's a smashing.
Bruce pursues it, they pursue him. Rolls it to Maloney. They're enjoying this now. Bounces through half forward. Takes it to the 50. He can take it all the way. Put some icing on it from the pocket. He's missed.
Gee, there's a bit of red and blue hope in the crowd, isn't there? A sea of red and blue. They can feel the change coming for this footy club.
Fantastic to see the smiling faces at the end of a game. Terrific.
Not going to be so happy over the border in South Australia.
Well, they're the walking wounded.
Yeah, they've got some serious problems when you look at Henschel with his knee, iced and heavily strapped. Bock off the ground. Dangerfield, we haven't got a full report on yet. It's a serious injury, though.
Unfamiliar territory, this for Adelaide. A 0-3 start for them. But the story is Melbourne. Bruce from 50. Edwards.
It'll be a short quarter. There's been many goals. It's been going 25.5 minutes. Adelaide probably think they've still got enough time.
Melbourne have Richmond here at the MCG next week. What a game that might be. That could be 2-2. Frawley and Burton. Seconds run down. He's been fantastic. The chip.
Tell you what, you'd want to be in Melbourne's corner for that game at this stage, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. They could be in the 8 this time next week.
Just need to slow it down there, Melbourne.
Well, they really should be 2-1.
Scully sends it down the wing. You'll hear an almighty roar.
They deserve it. Oh, look at the crowd.
Sounds like there's 60,000 here. So many parallels between Melbourne's fight and Jimmy Stein's fight. There might be a tear or two tonight. Melbourne, their first win of the year.
What a win it was. Set up by that big bloke right there. Mark Jamar, his aggression at the bounces, set the standard from the first bounce. Their captain led the way. Would have had 10 or 12 tackles in the end. Haven't got the numbers right in front of me at the minute. Thought their players in defence, their young defenders, James Frawley was outstanding. His job on Burton after half-time was full of merit. And their run and carry, their midfield players were sensational.
Oh, they deserve this win. Let's face it, they desperately deserve this win. They were terribly unlucky last week against Collingwood, and they were just absolutely super. You talk about the tackles, they tackled their way to a win today, and we've got one of the best tacklers in the game with James McDonald, with Rowan Smith.